いつでも待機しています。
Let's go, let's go.
私はいつでも命令を待っています。
Okay, okay guys, let's just go straight to the story. Alright, let's just go. Also, don't mind my window because we just finished our laundry, our like weekly laundry, and then I add the curtain. So yeah, let's go. Side extra story. Selena, here it comes, guys. A lot of people said that Selena is her story is kind of better compared to, because I'm also I'm a NIKKE player also, right guys? And some of my chat said Selena's story interlude is hit so different. So let's see though. Let's see if it will have a huge impact for me as a player. So okay, let's go. Starry Tales. Turandot. If the Pantheon still existed today, it probably won't stand any more impressive than this. A giant chandelier, beautiful and extravagant, hangs from the magnificent dome, illuminating the mural of the Last Judgment, above with its refracted lights from multiple angles. No one knows if there are any discrepancies between that and the original. No one cares whether the details match the records, for that matter. All it has to do is to be there, just like the pillars carved with sin taken from the Divine Comedy, and contribute to the opulence and grandeur of the building. Every inch of the place is indescribably ostentatious, and unfortunately, this is probably the last and dreamiest opera house left in the world. A place like this exists only in Babylonia, in the last Eden of the human race. Farewell, my dear comrade. May your future be filled with light and love. And those were the gentle final words of the performer playing the soldier, as he collapsed in a pool of blood, giving his comrades his best wish before slowly shutting his eyes. The maroon curtain dropped and the opera entitled The Acadia Evacuation draws to a close. The lights slowly dim, and for a moment there's a silence in the fully packed opera house. But soon, a thunderous applause fills the entire auditorium. The well-dressed audience stand, giving a standing ovation to what they've just watched. Then a beam of light breaks through the darkness, illuminating the stage. Right in the center of the dome, Last Judgment mural is a hole from which the light of the artificial sky poured in. Selena. The ray of light falls directly on the girl, who has been standing in the center of the stage for some time. She is the soul of this opera, the composer of the ode that has taken the world by storm, Selena. She seems to be in a bit of a daze, as if she cannot believe her eyes. Her wandering gaze sweeps across the dome, the mural, the pillars, and finally lands on the audience. Also, illustrator, good job on the lighting. The lighting is so theatrical on her back. Crazy. She seems to have seen something, for when her eyes reach a corner of the auditorium, her gaze abruptly snaps back. But she quickly gets a hold of herself, giving a perfect curtsy to the audience. She does not give a tedious thank you closing speech, but rather holds that pose for a very long time, until the golden glitter has fallen and the audience start making their way out. When the last member of the audience leaves, she straightens up, glances around the auditorium, then instantly dashes off in a certain direction. Chotomate. Please wait. The contract to whom she called out slowly turns around, looking at her. The contract is not dressed like the rest of the audience, with their polished shoes and snowy white embroidered shirts, not to mention tuxedos. Standing right in front of her is a completely ordinary contract. He wears the standard contract outfit, completely at the odds with the opulence of the opera house. This is one of the guests specially invited for this opera performance. Besides civilians, the opera house occasionally gives out tickets to military soldiers to thank them for their hard work and service. At Selena, the librettist's behest, a few tickets for this performance have even been reserved for contract soldiers. What do you want? There is no formality from him whatsoever. In fact, he comes across as pretty rude. It is as if the person standing before him is not the youngest, most talented librettist in Babylonia, but a nameless foot soldier. Was there some aspect of the performance that you were unsatisfied with? Oh, does my opinion warrant the attention of a genius librettist? Do you artists actually plan to gather feedback from every member of the audience until all you receive is praise? That's not what I meant. I just wanted to know why you didn't applaud just now. A reason. She quickly realized that she has just blurted out. Anyone listening would think that it is no different from what the contract has said. If anything, it has come across as even more arrogant. So she stops and instead looks fixedly into his eyes. Applaud that fabricated fantasy opera? The contract snorts in derision. What's so funny? I thought this reward from the military was something special, but I didn't expect it to be a ticket to watch such an insulting show in this hellhole. And now the one who made this insulting and humiliating performance is standing here asking me why I'm sitting. Is there anything more ironic than this? I don't understand. What do you mean? And I didn't mean to offend you. The presumptuousness of your opera is offensive enough. What was it about that opera that angered you? Please tell me. Then let me ask you, what is it that you were trying to say with your opera? Did you intend to praise the fearlessness of the hero, to praise the greatness of war, or do you want to express your condescending sympathy and so-called compassion for those who gave their lives? Condescending sympathy and compassion. No. Don't even try to deny it. The true intention of the creator can always be seen in their work. You should know this better than me, a mere fighter. I wasn't sure. That's why I'm here. I was hoping to get your opinion. I know you had first-hand experience of the retreat, and I just wanted to get your approval. The soldier lets out another snort. You ask why I wouldn't applaud. Why don't you go back and look at the stage you built? You wanted to create a scene of post-war ruin on that magnificent opera stage, so you carved bullet holes in the plaster and chiseled out cracks. I can see that you spared no effort in settling it all up and making it perfect. Yes, it's perfect. It's so beautiful indeed. You remade a ruined pantheon, but not the ruins of a battlefield. I see. You didn't know that the ruins should have borne scorch marks and be adorned with mottled blood and broken limbs scattered about. Your ruins are respectable and clean, just like your pitiful imagination. That's all. It bears no resemblance to war. It means because again, this is the difference of as artists who didn't see the war itself and a fighter who is just who is watching the fictional war from an artist's perspective, which is that's understandable because again, experiencing something and doing something via your imagination only is different. That's the hardest thing to make for an artist. So let's see though. Let's see what will happen later. Do you really think that when you're out on the front line, the world is still as orderly as it is in Babylonia? It would be utterly impossible for that grand funeral service you had in your show to actually happen in front lines. And an eulogy with accompanying funeral music. We don't even have time to attend to the cries of the living, so how on earth would we have the time to comfort the dead? If it were just these superficial things, I wouldn't be losing my temper like this. He suddenly raised his voice as if to question, "What were you trying to convey with the final scene?" Selena takes a step back. While she did write every line of the opera herself, and the show has just ended, for some reason she struggled to recall what happened in that scene. It has all been a blur to her. She only visually remembers that she had the dying soldier on Earth wishing the soldiers who left Earth well. Death without regrets, a sacrifice without bitterness, and with a prayer for the future. It was the most dignified and perfect curtain call she could think of. Ah. So this is what the conflict is. It's that again, this is a difference of perspective of two individuals. A person who experienced the war and a person who imitates the war via her like imagination. Because for war, there's no such on this war, on this specific war against punishing virus against corrupted. There's no such a thing as death without regrets. It's rare for that to happen, and other than that, sacrifice without bitterness, and also a prayer, and with a prayer for the future, something like that. It's more like pain and suffering. That's the thing that they experience most of the time. So it triggered this construct. It triggered his anger, which is this is different than the real war that we experience. So he didn't like it. Farewell, my dear comrade. May your future be filled with light and love. The soldier imitated every word in the sing-song lilt of the opera singer, mimicking even the cadence as if to mock her. This was the most ridiculous opera I've seen. Those who were forcibly abandoned and had no choice but to accept their death, wishing a group of cowards fleeing their homeland well. What the hell is this joke? Is there anything more insulting than this? Only those like you who were born in Babylonia and have lived such a pampered lives would be able to come up with a ridiculous comedy. Listen up. What you're putting on is nothing but a comedy that shouldn't have even have been performed at all. Your entire story is nothing but a fantasy. Unlike you, I have lived through that era. I had to forsake my flesh, my humanity, and my dignity for a future to be allowed into Eden. I become a construct, but whenever I close my eyes, all that appeared in my ND is the wailing cries of those who died. PTSD of war. My family died on Earth. I wasn't able to hold their hands as they died, but in their last moment, all they held in their eyes were only hatred, not their so-called blessing. Those who were abandoned had only hatred, and those who fled had only remorse. This Eden arose from enmity and countless corpses. People would die just like animals in that war, meaninglessly. Without a religion, without glory, and most definitely without forgiveness and blessing. There is just hatred and anger that knows no bound. Damn, why do we have to face all of that? Why did it have to be us who were there? Why did we get to a point when we were forced to destroy everything? Only when life becomes nothing more than just statistics will you understand the horrors of war. When humans can no longer continue being humans, only then will you understand the helplessness war brings. We abandon the people we were supposed to protect, then turn around and seek a respite from our suffering through shows like this, all to satisfy your need for pseudo empathy and egoism. You, a person who's never seen hell, who's never been on the brink of death, seeing praise of war and peace in a place like this, and you dare ask me why I didn't applaud? I've never seen a eulogizing opera more arrogant than yours. Forgive me for taking my leave, for it's taken every ounce of willpower to speak to you with such dignity and courtesy, and I have none left. Without a second thought, a soldier turns and departs, leaving Selena standing alone in the empty square. And there she stands for the longest time, her countenance never showing the slightest hint of being offended despite the insults. She keeps her head tilted upward, her eyes closed, and finally lets out a deep sigh. That's okay, Selena. Don't take it seriously, because again, this is the difference of us again of being an artist. Seeing something and experiencing something is so different, right? Selena is not how she managed to go. It's not how she managed to get home. Her parents are preparing to celebrate the success of their daughter's first opera. Her family is celebrating joyously, while she, having locked herself in her room, has never felt more alone. In the stillness of her room, her heartbeat is the only thing she can hear. A soldier's words are on constant replay in her mind and a weight upon her heart. She feels as if her heart is about to leap out of her chest. She wants to pour her heart out to someone, and she knows that no matter how battered and messed up she felt, her best friend Isla will willingly lend a listening ear. But she also knows without a doubt that this is her pain to bear, and she is the only one who can deal with it. Arrogant. Arrogant. Chillax, Selena. It's not your fault. It's just there's a difference of seeing and imagining something. She repeats the word to herself over and over, turning it over in her mouth as if attempting to chew it into bits and swallow it. Selena closes her eyes. Why did she space out for so long then, even to the point of forgetting to close with a thank you speech? Now she remembers, it was not because she was nervous, but because she was ashamed. The accusatory light pours through the dome above, showing the guilty with its brilliance, leaving them nowhere to hide. She knew she was guilty the moment she saw the last judgment mural on the dome. That arrogance was rooted in every fiber of her being. She finally knows why she could not recall her state of mind when writing those librettos. Because there was none. There was no state of mind to speak of, nor was there any deep contemplation whatsoever. It was her first time coming up with her own libretto without referencing existing librettos. It was her decision to select an unfamiliar era as the subject, which she then used as a canvas to arrogantly depict her fantasy of humanity's glory. It says, yo, what's up? Even in the early stage of her writing, she already had the faint sense that something was wrong. That was why she stood anxiously on the stage when receiving the applause, because she was not deserving of it. When her gaze fell upon the motionless, imposing construct, soldier, who continued sitting, coldly surveying the people applauding around him, that anxiety finally grew into an uncontrollable wave of shame that ran down her spine. She was so ashamed that she did not dare look up for a long time. She has always loved opera and music from a young age. In the beginning, she had to use robots to perform the operas she wrote and directed in small exhibitions. She never imagined then that her opera could one day be performed on real stage by real performers. Dreams coming true should have been a joyous occasion, but as she stands on stage receiving the praise heaped on her, all there is in her heart's but endless, empty void. Why were they crying? Why were they cheering? What was it about this hollow opera that moved them? She could not understand at all, for she did not put anything into it. What else was she thinking of? Oh yes, that it was truly unimaginable. It was unimaginable that beyond those walls was the most advanced floating city the world had ever seen. But within those walls was an extravagant and excessively old world, opera house. It fulfilled the fantasies humanity of this era had of classical elegance. It was as if They could gain a small peek into the magnificence of history and soak up what is left of that era just by seeing in the opera house. There is always a polarity to extremities. The more humanity and technology advanced, the more people look to the old world for symbols of nobility. That which is scarce is always more precious. This law always holds true. It is precisely because resources are scarce that the beautiful created from the accumulation of which limited resources can be so resplendent, so dazzling. She used to yearn with all her heart to be there. Everything beautiful gave her indescribable heart palpitations. Then, when her eyes landed on the column with the Divine Comedy sculpture relief, she finally understood where the heart palpitations were coming from. She heard the low growl of a beast masked by the sound of loud cheering. It was a wolf, a lion, a cheetah. They were the beasts within. It was from that moment that she visually started to see the truth behind the glitz and glamour. The final courtesy was not one of gratitude but rather one of prayer. No, it was not a prayer, or to be more precise, it was not just a prayer. It had nothing to do with religious etiquette. Rather, it was simply the final farewell by the most devout believer to the belief she held dearest. And in the next moment, she dashed out of the opera house after that soldier, because now that she knew her sin, she recognized that it was he who would bestow the final judgment upon her. And this is how Selena became a construct. Let's see though. The terminal on her wrist suddenly gives off a fluorescent glow, cutting her thoughts off. It is a confidential mail of a test she did before writing that libretto. To think that they have chosen this time to respond. Selena skims through the meaningless small talk and calmly fixes her gaze on the conclusion. You have a good level of affinity with... Whoa! She's going to become a construct here. Okay. Your construct surgery success rate is judged to be high. 193. Tantalum. Divine Comedy. This is the time that she didn't tell Ayla about herself becoming a construct, right? It has been a while since she has become a construct, but her days has not been quite as chaotic and dramatic as she has imagined. Most of the World Government Association of Arts construct belong to the archaeological team and have been nicknamed donkeys by the military's official task force. This is because they are just like the 16th century archaeologists who were embedded into expeditionary armies, receiving the highest level of protection, just like a donkey positioned in the center of an infantry formation. I mean, that's kind of a bit reasonable on this era, right? The responsibility of the archaeological team is, as their name suggests, archaeology. In essence, they investigate humanity's ancient relics, retrieve them, and then repair them. Isn't this a good thing also? Right? Isn't this helpful to gain more knowledge? More like, in this thanks for them, the researchers on Babylonia have a lot of stuff to like research. Because again, I think it's more the archaeological team will be the one who like get the item and then discover the item, and after they discover item, they're gonna deliver it to the researchers on Babylonia. But calling them donkey, kind of bit understandable, because again, they being a construct, it's kind of understandable that they should like go on the like front lines, right? Like fight on the front line. But here it comes, they don't, which is at least they help, right? Not on like fighting stuff. It's more like they help on research knowledge. Because what's the most important here on this war, on this conflict against corrupted? It's not first, yeah, of course, is power. Second is knowledge for like to research, to gather info and stuff. Selena has never had the opportunity to be in a frontline assault. The 2 operations she was in were simply to conduct simple investigation on an abandoned satellite nearby. Satellite. She seldom even gets to fight the corrupted. As such, she is understandably shocked when she gets her mission to investigate the space station. Oh shit, I'm having yabai right now. Yabai moment. The space station's trajectory will bring it back into our orbit. The task force would like the archaeological team to take part in this mission and attempt to recycle as much space station data as possible during the battle. Selena, you'll go as well. Me? Are you sure? Damn, bro. Guys, she's so pretty. The brown hair, the mix of violet. I mean, I already saw her the design like from the end of Extra Story 4, but here her like I think this is the frame of hers. Bro, she's pretty. She's simple. Very artistic. Are you not willing? Of course I am. I'm just a bit surprised. I thought I wasn't experienced enough to take part in such a large-scale operation. No, you're experienced enough. Your missions have all been perfectly carried out so far. Few members of the WGA archaeological team can match your level of meticulousness and responsibility. Besides, I know that you've always been wanted to be on the front lines with the task force constructs. This battle may be a good opportunity for growth, and I'm hoping it will give you more experience. Thank you for your generosity, sir. You're welcome. Oh, Selena, I'm curious about something. This may be a bit personal and offense. Wait, hold on, guys. Let me just close the window. I can already feel the wind is strong on my place. Chotomote. My hair is annoying. I think I'll just cut it later. Later, maybe next week. Probably. Please go ahead. I have nothing to hide. I've seen your resume. Or rather, I should say, you caught my attention a long time ago. Bro, to take a quick nap. No, I just like close the window. What do you mean quick nap? Quick nap. Your opera once took Babylonia by storm, and the WGA thought highly of your career. There was no doubt you had a real talent and skills. You come from a wealthy family, and your future was incredibly bright. There's nothing compelling you to become a construct. So why did you become a construct and join the archaeological team? Don't get me wrong, members of the archaeological team can continue to engage in their previous pursuits. It's just that there are archaeological tasks to be performed regularly, and so the amount of time you can spend on opera is much less than before. I doubt you've given up the opera. You're not the fickle sort. So what was it that made you choose to pick up a weapon? What happened previously? This should have been a completely simple archaeological operation. How did it end up like this? While exploring the space station deeper, an archaeology team member accidentally unlocked the outer electromagnetic lock. Oh shit. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The task force cap has adjusted the battle objective immediately, with the decision to probe further into the space station. After all, any information the space station may provide could become a key turning point in the war against the punishing virus. They should have turned back on seeing the cross-shaped enemies. Oh yeah. Bro become greedy. Unfortunately, hindsight is 2020. They stumble into the deepest area and learn the truth behind the space station. In the center of the oh my god, it is a hetero. heterozygote something. In the center of the gigantic circular space station is a geometric core giving off faint blue light instead of the gravitational core. It has been going through a repetitive cycle of splitting and converging. What's that? Is it a corrupted archaeological team? Check the database. I've already compared it to the existing data and there are no match found, similar to the previously encountered cross-shaped terminals. They are a new type of enemies that Babylon has never encountered before. The blue geometric core make a humming sound, as if it had just woken up. It slowly began to convert its outer shell, like a beast that has become aware that there were trespassers on its territory. Watch out, it looks like it's about to attack. Oh shit. Time to use Selena. First, oh my god, it's the... It's coming. I just noticed, but bro, she's so pretty. With hold, I'm busy. What's your ult? Oh, it's never mind. Bro don't have ult. Contract is falling. Eh? What was that? There's a voice like, wait, eh? What was that? What was that voice? Crazy. Anyways, there's no way our weapon can penetrate its armor. It's so dense. What is that thing made of? Even if we can penetrate its armor, we should at least break off a piece of that shell. We have to bring a sample of it back to Babylonia. Task Force Construct suddenly gives a huge roar and dashes forth toward the deadly being with his weapon held high. Came as no surprise when a dazzling light burst forth from the geometric core, instantly engulfing the construct. However, his final attack also lands heavily on the geometric core's thick shell. A soldier's all-out stone-shattering attack manages to break off a corner of the geometric core. Interesting. That's so interesting. This is just, I think this is just the normal construct, right? Probably. Oh yeah, thick. The clear blue shard silently lands on the circular platform. Damn it all to hell. Purple shadow flashes past him. Purple shadow. Selena picks up the shard and just before the next attack hits, she jumps up and flips to higher ground, dodging the deadly laser. I got it. Good work, retreat. How many casualties do we have? It's not looking good. Everyone's been injured and there are 5 members who have enough. I got it. I get it. Task Force members, listen up. Your priority is to protect the archaeology team members as they retreat. Hold on, my radar is detecting activity signal from a huge number of enemies. Cap, I'm detecting it too. There are about... Selena calmly helps him finish the terrifying number. Over 300. But the signals are all clustered together, as it's not necessarily accurate. Damn it. Were we stirring up the hornet's nest? Do they want to shard back? Even an elephant would be beaten to death by these bugs. The original plan still stands. We will need to update the details. Team 1, I will fan out and clear a path. Team 2 will fan out and cover the rear. Team 3 will be in the middle, protecting those with serious injuries. Archaeology team members follow Team 3. We can fight too. Selena's right. We can fight too. Task Force Cap looks at Selena. Selena, was it? I remember your name. Now, I know you can fight, but your priority is to bring the intelligence and samples gathered to Babylonia and tell the Science Council what happened in this space station. Salute for this, Captain. Bro didn't like. Oh my god, let's bait this archaeologist. They're just donkey here on us, so on Babylonia. So let's just bait them. Then let's just take the corrupted peace and then just bring it to Babylonia. It is gladly he didn't do. We are the task force. We have a duty to protect members of non-combat teams as they retreat. Orders given. He looked at everyone present. Do you understand your mission? Yes, sir. Okay. What happened next is even more cruel than the depiction of hell in the Divine Comedy. If they were all guilty, such a tribulation would be reasonable. But they are all doing this for the survival of the human race. That is why they disregard their own safety and are determined to give it all they have got. The path they cleared is a hard-earned, bloody one, made possible through the sacrifice of countless lives. Wave after wave of enemies fall upon them. At first, they could be slain one by one, but as their numbers increased, the construct could no longer work together to hold the formation. They resort to using their bodies to form a wall, resisting the never-ending waves of enemy attacks. Oh shit. Babylonia, this is Selena reporting. We've encountered an unknown form of punishing virus entity in the space station. We're retreating with a sample shard, but more enemies are headed our way, requesting backup. Over. And this is the time that I think that there's a jamming here. There's a jamming going here on this specific place. We got this stuff. This jamming, like communication jamming happened also way back on chapter 9, I think, on the space war. Chapter 9, right? Yes, chapter 9. The first time that we saw a new Uncle Watanabe, his suit with his frame, I mean, crazy. No response. Babylonia, this is Selena reporting. No response. This is Selena. Oh shit. Her words are interrupted by battle fluid splashing on her face. Oh shit. She almost stops, but a tremendous force shoves her forward. Don't just stand there. Don't let your companion's sacrifice be in vain. Keep going. There are only 12 more compartments we could break through the encirclement. Eden is with us. Her legs are quaking uncontrollably, and she is numb with fear. Because again, this is her first time having this, having her squad being cooked, right? This is her first time. Oh my god. Babylonia, this is Selena reporting. Reporting a casualty of 27%. We have 8 compartments left before the exit. Please arrange for... Fuck, hold on. Let me just close the window. Crazy. Yeah, because I think there's a thunderstorm going on, which is kind of bit I mean, I do love like rainy weather, but again, this is the shit that I don't like if it's raining, like the wind is strong. Because again guys, I do love spring it's raining and also when it's foggy, but this is a specific situation I don't like this. Anyways, let's continue. I didn't take a nap, okay? Oh shit, it's this place. It's this place, guys. The team that has been clearing the path has been completely obliterated. Or there would not be so many broken limbs on the ground. Your Wi-Fi going to be dead as fuck. No, our Wi-Fi is here on my place here in Baguio City is good. Unless it's a typhoon. Typhoon, yes, but if it's just a thunderstorm, it's okay. Our cables here is strong. We are not the same as like the cities, like lowland cities. Yeah, we're different. Because ours, if there's a power interruption, it's only like 1 hour. It will be come back again. Yeah, unless a typhoon is a different story. Babylonia, this is Selena reporting. Oh shit, 35%. The team in charge of covering the rear has also gone silent. Oh shit. And none of the team members has caught up with them. Oh my god, a lot. Shatter. Scratch. Wow. 63%. I think she's panicking again. Oh shit. She's already panicking. And it's understandable on this situation. Even the third team is down to just a few task force members. Selena forced herself not to think about whether she is stepping on an enemy's body or a team member's body. She has no time to think about these things, until the archaeological team is forced to draw their weapons and charge in the battle as well. Until the task force cap falls before her eyes. Oh shit. Selena. The task force cap, who has been in front of her all this while, take a mortal blow that was meant for her. While he did manage to stab the enemy's electronic brain with his backhand, at the last minute it was too late for him. A large part of his head was sliced off, and his visual reception system was completely destroyed. Please, save your strength. Vital fluid seeps out from the holes in his body with each vibration of his speech module. How many deadly attacks has he endured? I need to say this. I'm sorry we couldn't get you out, but Selena, the shard you're carrying may be a critical key, and you must get it back to Babylonia, no matter what the cost. Yes, I promise you. I'll see to that. I've said what I had to. Keep going, don't stop. Hurry. Sacrifice of more and more lives weighs down upon her, and every step forward feels increasingly heavy. Babylonia. This is Selena reporting. Reporting casualty rate of 8. Oh shit, it's 83% is only on my calculation, depend on like amount of archaeology, and then the task force already dead, right? And this is already because it's 83%, so this is already archaeology team, and then at least 1 or 2 task force member. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh fuck, yeah. Never mind. It's literally just dark. It just her herself. Babylonia, this is, oh no, 94. No response from Babylonia. Keep going, Selena. Almost there, just a little farther. Don't collapse. She keeps talking to herself, forcing her trembling legs to put one foot in front of another. "99. She strikes with her weapon, knocking back a cross-shaped enemy. Covered with injuries, she finally stands before the last door. Please arrange for pickup. We beg you. Her comms, which has lost contact all this while, finally connects. But before she can speak, the final decision was handed down. This... Oh my... 15 minutes ago. The battle was estimated to have been completed 30 minutes ago. Unfortunately, as Babylon has been unable to contact you, your unit, our calculations show that the likelihood of your unit's survival is close to... Oh my god. Oh no. There's no support. WUWA, okay. Let's drink, guys. Let's drink some WUWA. I want to eat bread, but we don't have bread anymore in the house. I plan to buy one outside, but I also plan to make banana bread and chocolate fudge tonight when I'm downstairs. So I'm not gonna buy bread because I still haven't eaten lunch. Crazy. Babylonia's anti-air resources have been stretched thin, and we are unable to continue this battle of attrition with the space station. Due to strategic resource allocation consideration, will be unable to allocate backups for troops with no likelihood of survival. Oh. Babylonia adjusted its orbital altitude 15 minutes ago to avoid contact with the space station. If any survivors receive this message, know this. Eden thanks you for your efforts. You have been brave warriors, and humanity will always remember your glory. Fuck. For a moment, it is completely silent. Then... You know what's sad here, guys? Illustration. This is her companion. This is a mixture of companion and corrupted. The blood, the pain, like again, the light is on her face because she have this hope that she will be saved. She will give this item, this information for Babylonia, and then there's this hope. And then after what happened, that her back is so all black because like the chances of her hope herself like hoping to come back to Babylon is high. But again, now thanks to that AI shit, bro, they said, yep, you guys fucked up. So well, this is like the lighting in the dark, like the chances of herself going back to Babylon and her chances of dying here, which is now we are sure that as we saw what happened on main story chapter 9 and then extra story chapter 4. Shit. Oh shit. Selena's legs give out and she sinks to her knees, letting out her first ever cry of anguish. Faust. Selena does not know how long she has knelt there for. For a moment she forgot she isn't a human anymore, but a construct. Why does she feel sick to her stomach? Why are there tears streaming from her eyes? Why have they been abandoned? This must be her punishment. Yeah, we're back on the theater. This is how war happened. Not just not every ending goes to like okay guys, a sacrifice with like smile on their face, or like let's say like be happy, like something like that, something like this is how war works, okay, Selena. And then yeah, now we're experiencing it. Like not everything is just going according to plan, not everything's going artistically. Other than that, now we're back to what happened on the theater. My family died on Earth, not your so-called blessing. All they held in their eyes was only hatred, not your so-called blessing. Those who were abandoned had only hatred, and those who fled had only remorse. Yes, this is what's happening on. She herself is experiencing it firsthand already. Those who were abandoned by Babylonia have their eyes full of hatred, and those who left have the felt of remorse or regret for leaving their companions on the battlefield. People would die just like animals in that war, meaninglessly. Without faith, without glory, and most definitely without forgiveness and blessing. There is just hatred and anger that knows no bounds. Damn, why did we have to face all of that? Why did it have to be us who were there? Why did we get to a point when we were forced to destroy everything? The soldier was right. The only thing she feels at this moment is rage and hatred. Why have they been abandoned? They've been fighting for humanity all this while. So why have they been abandoned? She now knows what a hideous thing a rage is. Only when life becomes nothing more than the statistic will you understand the horrors of war. When humans can no longer continue being humans, only then will you understand the helplessness war brings. She understands. She finally understands it all now. Only at this moment, when she is on the receiving end of it all, does she understand the anguish that laid beneath the soldier's accusatory words. The words of Allen, the WGAA leader, rings in her ears. This is Allen asking, why did you join why did you become a construct? Because again, we do some artistic stuff, but sadly, because of like we don't have much time, so most of the time we go like venture stuff, and then your time in theater will be like more or less. You come from a wealthy background, and your career is supposed to be bright as a diamond. There is no compelling reason for you to be a construct. So why did you become a construct and join the archaeological team? She did not know how to respond to Allen then, but the answer is as clear as day now. It is because of her arrogance. That arrogance is rooted in every fiber of her being. She had depicted a hell that did not exist, eulogized false ideals of war and peace, and extolled her perceived ideas of humanity's glory. What shameless arrogance that was! She had an epiphany during the soldier's rebuke, and was determined to redeem herself for her arrogance. That made her determined to become a construct. Because as a construct, she would one day have the chance to step into a real battlefield, to truly experience hell for herself. And with that, she could personally compose a reality that no one can find fault with. And now we are here. It wasn't until she was truly in hell that she realized how arrogant her so-called notion of redemption was. To think she became a construct for such a foolish reason. To think she entered the battlefield for such stupidity. It was wrong of her. She knew that now. She should not have left her comfortable and cozy home for such a naive and frivolous reasons, or her half-baked epiphany. What significance did the art that she dearly loves have? What significance did those operas and music hold, that she had her fought so hard for them till this point? What displaced needs are weapons that can eliminate enemies and zealousness that can end wars. Her ludicrous belief about art are nothing but self-reassurance, no different from self-paralysis. She can now see the error of her ways. Please, somebody, save me. Please, anybody, take me away from here. Frustration of being saved. Such weak thought flooded her mind. She has to get out of here. She has to get out of here. There is nowhere to run. Another rustling sound came from the other end of the corridor. She instinctively stands up, alert to the crisis at hand. She holds onto the door for support and looks behind her. A maroon light pulses in the darkness. The enemies gather and pack the corridor tightly, their eyes on the geometric core shard in her arms. Perhaps death in the battle here will be a form of deliverance after all. The thought flashed through her mind, but is suppressed by another. I'm sorry we couldn't get you out. But Selena, the shard you're carrying may be a critical key, and you must get it back to Babylonia, no matter what the cost. And what of it? Babylonians abandoned them. There's nowhere to go back to anymore. You must give it back to Babylonia, no matter what the cost. You must get it back. I must get it back to Babylonia, no matter what the cost. She's repeating what she hears in her mind, partly trying to convince herself. I must get it back. An enemy pounds on her, and at that very moment, with one hand she slams her weapon into the floor hard, and with the other opens the airlock. The vacuum of space instantly sucks everything in the entire corridor out. Selena holds into her weapon's handle for dear life to avoid being sucked out into space with the enemies. She is stuck in the exit, and a large number of mechanics slam into her before being swept away. She can only grit her teeth in pain. Selena looks in the direction they have been sucked in, and sure enough, there is nothing outside. There is no spaceship to meet them, only stars that seem permanently sewn into the backdrop of the cosmos. Bro died, Lumo. Anyways, let's go. They are so far away, and so they are everlasting. Selena turns away, and once all enemies in the corridor has been sucked out, she closes the airlock with great difficulty. I must find a way to check if there are any survivors. Selena, that's a bit not good idea right now. She drags her weary, injured body back the way she came. Selena did not expect that he would still be alive. Oh? To think he can still be alive in this state. The captain's limbs are all gone except for his left hand. Half his head and the components within it are missing as well. It is surprising that the broken speech module is still able to operate at a minimal level. When the archaeological team left, he was not damaged to this extent. A fierce battle must have occurred here after that. It seems his sound reception module is still functioning. Even under such circumstances, it is able to pick up her footsteps. Selena walks to his side and gently kneels beside him. With her hand, she gently holds his broken palm. Is it? It's me. She chokes back a sob, answering him gently and confidently. Oh, it's you. From the archaeological team, Selena, was it? His voice sounds like it comes from a rusted windpipe, intermittent and with a quality similar to a steel wires crunching against an iron plate. Why did you come back? Did backup come? No, they didn't. Babylonians abandoned us. We've been betrayed. For a second, she cannot control the tears flooding her eyes, and so she tilts her head upward so they would not fall. It is strange indeed. Why is it that even though they have already given up their human bodies, they still have to keep their mind stable by simulating exclusively human psychological systems? Why is it that even though they become contract, they are still unable to leave their human weakness behind? Yes, backup has arrived. Don't worry, everyone's being saved. She's trying herself to calm down this construct. Wow, that's really great. But why don't I hear any footsteps? Lying begets more lying. Perhaps your sound reception module has been damaged and is not picking up more distant sounds. But don't worry, the medics will come and take you away soon. Work constructs where you just have to switch to a new body and you'll be fine. The information and sample have been delivered. She repeats herself to make her words more convincing. Don't worry, they've been delivered. If he cannot be saved, at least let him pass on without regrets. Okay. His hand suddenly starts quivering. That is when Selena realizes that he has seen through her lies. Oh. Wow. but they have both chosen to remain silent. Thank you. I've done nothing to deserve your thanks. Rather, it is I who should be thanking you for saving me then. Construct shakes his head with great difficulty. When your team called you, Selena, I remembered why I seem to have seen you before. Oh wait, it's the same construct she saw on the theater, the one that got invited on the opera play. Oh my god. It was at Babylon's opera house, wasn't it? Oh shit. I remember you were holding an opera performance there. There was a scene. Your aria was the accompanying music, sung a cappella style. That's why your voice was so familiar. I thought it was strange. You were human then. Why did you suddenly become a construct? I didn't recognize you immediately. Oh shit, it's the same. Damn, bro. Because again, Buddy and Task Force Captain, this is because Selena wanted to experience what it meant to like be on war, to create a theatrical play with based on reality, not on based on imagination. Selena is caught off guard that a stranger knows about her past and freezes. As if ashamed, she replies, "Those are just things not worth mentioning." There's nothing not worth mentioning. I remember it clearly. That was the requiem for a dying protagonist. His words brought her back to the time in her past, a time that she has buried deep in her heart. Do you really think that when you're on the front line, the world is still as orderly as it in Babylonia? It would be utterly impossible for that grand funeral service you had in your show to actually happen in the front lines. And a eulogy with accompanying funeral music. We don't have any time to attend on the cries of the living. There are too many who died, just like the stars in the night sky. No one remembers their names nor the place where they fell. It was utter nonsense and off-place naivety to dedicate a requiem to the death of a single soldier. That was what that soldier has told her then. Oh wait, so this is not the same soldier, it's just the captain is the... I think he is also one of the construct who joined, but not the one who took back to have the real talk with Selena. Why was she composing songs? Why was she writing librettos? Why was she singing? And now, why is she fighting? She did not know. Oh, even now, as you lie on the brink of death, you've chosen to condemn her naivety. It was just like her encounter with that soldier all over. She purses her lips, closes her eyes, and waits to be judged. But judgment does not come. Before that, I always thought, when humans died, there was nothing left. When a construct is broken, they're just scrap metal. No one remembers. I thought no one would care, but you sang for him. Selena is taken aback. That was the most beautiful voice I've ever heard in my entire life. She suddenly feels the urge to stop him from going on. It was nothing but a lame method of expression. An important character in the opera had died, so naturally, it necessitated an aria to give voice to the emotions. It was just an awkward, presumptuous eulogy. Please don't go on. It was just... No, Selena, it's just... This is the perspective of another soldier, not the one that you saw, which is full of negatives and stuff. It was just her childish fantasy, nothing more than wishful thinking on her part. That is what she is about to say before he interrupts her. Just naivety, but it was truly beautiful. If everything was really like that, how nice would that be? I'm sorry. We didn't fight hard enough. Aw. Don't worry, Cap. At least you failed to save everyone, but you saved Selena from her regret, her so-called arrogance, right? He saved her. Like, what's the purpose of me like joining here? And then now that she's experiencing it, she's regretting, and here it comes. Thanks to you, she wake up like, not everyone don't like your play. It's just there's a different like perspective of every soldiers on during the war, and here it comes. This captain of the task force did a pretty good job to like save Selena from her past childish, so-called childish act on the theater, which is not it's not the childish though. Just the first character, the first person that first construct for soldier that she met is just full of negative and stuff. That's why someone like you has to come to a place like this and encounter such situations. But could you sing for me that song you sang then? Wow. It'll be my honor. The tears that have been welling up in her eyes finally fall as she gently kisses the back of the other construct broken hand. She has been plagued by self-doubt for a long time, never finding the answers she has been looking for. To think that at a time and in a place like this, and from another in the same position as her, she has found redemption flooding in. That's the greatest honor I ever received, sir. There are some difference between a construct's voice module and a human throat, so she fumbles a little at first, but she quickly gets the hang of it. Producing the most beautiful sounds possible is an instinct she was born with. She is a born singer, guys. This is what you call a talent. This is a gift, a talent, okay guys? She croons for a long time. A very, very long time. Until the tears on her face have dried. Time to fight. Tempest. Until the construct she is holding in her arms is no longer emitting activity signals, Selena lays him down gently, then leaves the room of dead bodies without looking back. She has to survive. No matter what happened, she has to survive. Even if Babylonia has raised its orbital altitude to avoid contact with the space station, there will still be a period of longitudinal intersection when a comms connection is possible. If she can find the space station communications room and input her own signal into the disruptive white noise constantly being emitted by the space station, someone is bound to notice her distress signal one day and come to her rescue. There are still people waiting for her back home. Her parents, her best friend, Ayla. She still has a lot of unfinished business. There is no way she can wither and die alone in space in a place like this. She cannot lose hope. She has to return in this intelligence report. From the moment her comrades sacrificed their lives to pave her way forward, her life is no longer hers alone. She is now a vessel containing the legacy of everyone in the advanced force. That's true. That's the burden. That's a huge responsibility. She walks to the outer part of the space station. Soon. Hold on. My phone died. The advanced force passed through this area while exploring deeper in the station, and she vigilantly recalls that the communications room is somewhere nearby. Before her stands a locked automatic door. This must be one of the important doors of the space station. A very high level of authority is needed to access it. Selena makes several attempts to crack the code in the lock, an action she has done many times before, but finds that she does not possess sufficient computing power after several attempts. After confirming she is strong enough to destroy it, Selena swings her weapon at it. An iron gate slams down with a loud bang, and constantly, a broadcast is made throughout the entire space station. Korolev, would like to issue a gentle reminder to children visiting the space station. Please follow the rules and regulations and listen to your guide. What is Korolev? Please take care of public facility. Selena is shocked by what she is hearing. Children who vandalize and destroy space station facilities will be punished. Serious offender will be separate from their parents for 1 week and placed in a correctional facility. From behind her come the sudden sound of mechanical limbs hitting the ground. The broadcast echoing through the space station has an actual source after all. Selena turns to the source of the sound. It's the Pokemon. I mean, it's the ball. Barrels that enter. A giant spherical corrupted appears behind Selena. With just a glance, Selena's already ascertained the huge difference in power between her and the enemy. This is a corrupted she cannot hope to defeat alone. Every circuit in Selena's body screams at her to flee, and flee she does. This is what will happen to it, captured and destroyed by immune cells. Oh shit, I'm going to fight that ball again. I need to leave this place as soon as possible. Must not let Korolev find me. I must bring the shard back to Babylonia. Just a little longer. I must stay strong until the last moment. Is that oh my, it's a violin. Crazy. Inspect device. Is this a terminal to control the electronic lock? Great, my computing power can open it. Yeah, more enemy. Hold on. Wow. Operating. The door is closed. Safe at last. It's not safe. Someone's here. Oh shit. The floor is shaking. I don't like this shake, bro. Human cells. Oh my god. It's Korolev. It's the ball. Oh yeah. Wow. Eh? No matter where she hides. God, her voice. The corrupted cold Korolev is always hot on her tail and always finds her. She tries fighting but fails miserably, convincing her that she has no hope of defeating an enemy like this. Eventually, she somehow coincidentally finds herself in the place she was looking for, the communications room. Inside the communications room, the strenuous movement has caused Selena's vital fluid to seep out of every opening, and she can feel that her body, which is already approaching its limits, is about to fall apart. She musters her remaining strength to barricade the entrance. With what she can find and struggles Over to the communication station. Access granted. Thank goodness. Oh my, give a distress signal already. Selena, this is no time to like chillax. There is, however, no joy in those words. The giant corrupted is frenziedly slamming against the barricade. Is this the end of the road for me? In her hurry, she can only load the data she is subconsciously most familiar with into the space station disruptive signal. She accepted her death, guys. If Ayla gets this, she'll definitely understand it. Selena smiles bitterly. If it is her best friend, Ayla. I'm sorry, Gome. A huge force sends the barricade flying as Korolev steps into the narrow compartment. In the time she takes to prepare for battle, Korolev managed to cover the distance between them. Her weapon snaps under the impact of Korolev's attack. There is a loud bang as Korolev hurls Selena against the wall. Korolev does not give her time to catch her breath and slams its robotic arm down into her back. The robot is not small, but it sure is nimble. When visiting the space station, please follow. What do you mean public property? Come on, return what you stole to Korolev. A child who owns up their mistakes is a good child. What is the goal of this corrupted? She glanced down at the geometric core shard in her hands. No, this is one thing I can never hand over to you. Selena started to struggle again, and with her final desperate burst, she managed to shake the AI robot off her. Taking advantage of the robot's attempt to stabilize itself in its robotic legs, she dodged to the corner of the room. I must protect the shard. This came at the cost of the entire advanced force sacrifice. What should I do? Korolev is blocking the entrance, and her weapon has been destroyed. It's a desperate situation with no chance of survival. At the very least, I must. Selena's eyes narrow. In an instant, she turns the point end of the shard toward her chest and stab it straight in. What? Wait, is she like... Wait, what? She put the shard in her body? Oh, okay, that's... Yabay. Child who doesn't own their mistakes is not a child. Ruse. Korolev, who had regained its balance, looked at Selena, who had the shard hidden in her chest. Oh my god. In charge toward her, once again crushing her left arm with its own. The item you stole, where did you hide it? Pain signals flooded Selena's mind. Oh my god. You know what's more crazy if they made a specific illustration for like Selena stabbing the shard on her chest. Oh shit. Are you the space station's AI? Being a corrupted, it obviously was not able to answer her. To have become what you are. It's truly tragic. Korolev has always been like this. What are you talking about? You're just a puppet of the punishing virus. The corrupted before her was supposed to be the guidance AI of this space station. To make it more approachable to children, its words and actions were programmed to be as innocent as those of a child. The robotic arm spinning her down even bears childish gravity left by children who used to visit. And now, it is nothing more than a killing machine. A good child doesn't gossip about others. But Korolev is forgiving. Just hand it over. If you don't, Korolev will activate punishing mode. According to the rules and regulations of the space station, Korolev has the right to use minimal level of violence. Selena observes it calmly. What's the matter? Why aren't you moving? Very well. The following demonstration will serve as a warning to children on the repercussions of not following the rules and regulations. The priority is to get the thief to return the stolen objects to the owner. Oh yeah, owner. Two robotic arms suddenly crush her left hand and rip it off. Shit. The pain from having her arm ripped off is so great that Selena could not stop herself from crying. No, why I can hear her scream, guys. She cannot think. It looks like the thief didn't hide the item in her left hand. Then let's take a look at another body part. Selena has a dim recollection of seeing a flower in Babylonia's greenhouse. A real flower. Babylonia rarely wastes precious resources on growing decorative flowers, so the beauty of that purple flower blooming in the greenhouse really stood out. Oh my god, on how painful she is, and her mind goes straight to like this. I think this is already like death. Death is near, and like her memories like showing her previous memories, like happy memories of hers. This is what death means. If you already feel like having a flashback, this is death. You are on the death hand. That's what's going on here. Her mind was in such chaos that she was not able to access the next part immediately. Oh, right. It was an excursion organized by the Central of Basic Public Education. So of course, the purpose of the teacher who took them were certainly not to have them admire the flowers in the bloom. The teacher plucked the flower and deconstructed it in front of them. It started with the stalk and then the base, the sepal and the corolla. The deconstructed nameless purple flower lay scattered in the petri dish for the children to examine its every part, just like her now. Oh shit, the foreshadowing right there. Foreshadowing the teacher plucked the flower, deconstruct in front of them, started with the stalk, the base, sepal and the corolla. From her hand, left hand, right hand, feet, left foot, right foot, half her body. Shit. You're being naughty, little thief. Where did you hide the stolen items? Korolev, who had been pulling her apart, suddenly stopped. That maroon visual receptor scans her body from top to bottom, before abruptly tossing her aside. Oh, little thief, where did you go? It is as if it suddenly cannot see her. Oh my god. Motherfuck, Korolev. Korolev, guys. We have another target. Fuck it. Let's hunt this shit later. Shit. And here she comes. Wait. Let's just chill out a bit. It just, guys, is this the fragment? Is this the fragment? Or is this the heart? Is it because she has reached such high level of corruption that it determined she has become a corrupted? She does not know, nor does she need to. She can no longer feel her lower limbs. The only thing left in her mind was ceaseless pain. She cannot dare cut off the pain signal, for fear of mind deviation. She could already feel the geometric core shard board chest gradually infecting. Oh, so this is it. This is that's the shard geometric core. All of her computing power is focused on keeping her inver device functioning normally. But the crimson is slowly spreading through her mind. When she can see clearly again, Selena finds herself in a most familiar place. She is at the virtual exhibition. Yeah, this is death, guys. Report again if you have a flashback on this kind of situation. This is your brain telling you, having you like calming you before you die. This is how it works. This is how death works. When she was still a nobody, this was where she was, in a place nobody cared about, alone with her little robots, attempting to restore piece of opera collected from the remnants of the Golden Age. The Duke of Milan did not seek revenge for the hardship he encountered. Instead, he forgave every man who had wronged him, after they confessed. Years later, all the things that happened were slowly forgotten. The people of Naplas continue to live in a beautiful land as always. Okay, this is the story and the I think this is the play that piqued Isla's interest. Right, guys? Crazy. Naples was still a place of hope, despite the occasional disputes and conflicts. Thank you for watching. This is the end of the Tempest. What's wrong, Isla? Is there something wrong with it? No, Selena. Your operas are as exciting as always. So what exactly is the issue, Isla? I just don't understand why Duke Prospero was able to forgive Antonio in the end. If it wasn't for Antonio, Prospero and his daughter wouldn't have been exiled to the small island, would he? Why was he able to forgive him just like that? Hold on, was there really such a line? No, there was not. She sent Isla a restored ending to the Tempest just before she left. She never actually got to hear Isla's opinion on it. This was the but fantasy of memory and imagination woven together by her mind in its extreme chaotic state. This was her subconscious endlessly contemplating the issue in her head. This was her subconscious incessantly inundating her with self-doubt. Why was Prospero able to forgive his brother so easily? His throne was usurped. He almost died. He lost everything, and the pain he carried from having been cast away to a tiny island with his daughter for so many years. Why was he able to forgive someone who would cause him so much pain so easily? Because forgiveness is a virtue, and to forgive others is to forgive yourself. Are you hoping to comfort yourself by coming up with such righteous reason? Those are nothing but empty pretty words. You think so too, don't you? There's no need to forgive yourself. You shouldn't forgive yourself for your foolishness. Don't forgive yourself and don't forgive Babylon, which has abandoned you. You know what, guys? I noticed that again, this is like her, someone talking to her from within. The last time we know about this is on Luna and Alpha, when they're about to become a ascendant, which is kind of crazy. It's either that she's because but the unique thing here is that there's no word, there's no invitation. This is either an invitation of the Asnet, or this is herself like creating another like subconscious to like talk to herself, similar to Roland in Roland's story. Okay, guys. You have nothing left, not your bright future, nor your ideals and art, not even your comrades. You have no tragic past, no fervent belief compared to others. You have no reason to persevere. Why do you persist? Give it all up. All you have to do is come over here and everything will be much easier. Yes, that word, the one that talking to her brain, that's an invitation of the Asnet. Right, guys? I'm 80% sure. But damn, bro. She is right. Looking holistically at all the steps she has taken, her action seems too paltry and feeble. Most of what she has done it in the persistence of her naivety. It was all completely meaningless. She was just an ordinary girl. She could not understand what it was that has caused her to persevere to this point. No, it's not like that. Prospero must have despised Antonio. You should now understand Prospero's emotions better than anyone else, Selena. He wanted revenge, but at the end of the day, Antonio was his brother, his comrade. The people of Naples were still waiting for him. Again, guys, Guru Games, you did a good job on the BGM. Suddenly changed to this theme, which is good. Selena's eyes flew open. With only half a body left, she is like a fish on land, struggling to turn over. No, now my charm are all yours thrown. And what strength I have's mine own. With only half of her left arm left, she uses her finger to effortfully inch forward. Her broken figure is striving to crawl forward. Which is most famed? Now, 'tis true. I must be here confined by you, or sent to Naples, let me not. Her fingers give away. So she opens her mouth and uses her teeth to pull herself forward. Wait guys, why it's freeze? Wait, does my game freeze? Wait, huh? Okay, in this bare island by your spell. She finally managed to pull herself to the corner. Selena endeavors to connect herself to the space station terminal. In an instant, she sees every corner of the space station. She sees the area's bloodbath with advanced force took place and where the geometric core is. Her mind sees everything all at once with unparalleled clarity. It's then that she understands the truth of it all. The punishing virus started off by infecting the gravitational control core, wreaking havoc with the gravity in the space station. The powerful suction force swept the punishing virus in the area into the gravitational core. The convergence of such a large quantity of the virus gave rise to the heterocore, a thing that took over the gravitational core. That information alone is enough to change the course of the war, and she has to deliver it, together with the heterocore shard in her chest, back to Babylonia. The only thing to do now is to wait very patiently. Oh yeah, my game is dying. With the help of your good hands. Must fail or else my project fails. She is not aware of how much time has passed. It may have been a long time or merely a second. The space station, which has been quiet all this time, is welcoming another group of guests. There is a group calling themselves the Grey Raven, which work so well together. It is like they can read each other's mind, and with them is a familiar pink figure. Selena's mind, which is shattered by what she had experienced, pieces itself together on seeing that girl. Ayla. A construct which has been pushing herself for years, finally closes her eyes. Which was too pleased. Now I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant. And my ending is despair, unless I be delivered by prayer, which pierces so that it assaults mercy itself and frees all faults. As you from crimes would pardoned be, let your indulgence set me free. Vagaries of innocence. How much time has passed? What is the world outside like now? What am I doing? She has lost all her memories. She is even close to forgetting who she is. She seems to have been wandering around for a long time. Target construct successfully captured, but the corruption rate and functionality are in line with our estimations. Then an immense pain hits her. Her already broken body is being further dismembered. There's the hope for herself, for her to like, after seeing Grave and seeing Isla, there's the hope for her to like meet them. Then here comes this bullshit Gabriel. Roland, are you still researching this woman? She's interesting, don't you think? She's not completely dead, but she's not alive either. Being in this state, I wonder how she views herself, and how does she view the world. That's what I'm interested in. What is it that keeps you going? You're still fighting to live even though you've been reduced to this. Second. What is the source of your power? So that's how it is. No wonder. I wonder if Gabriel's realized it yet. It'd be better for you to stay here with me. At least you'll become able to continue your beauty sleep, if but for the moment. Yeah. Thank you for also, Roland. Red tides ripple against Gabriel's feet, and hetero creatures now swarm around him. Countless substances dissolve and reform in the tides, becoming part of the hetero creatures. A corrupted wandering around Gabriel is suddenly crushed into pieces by Gabriel's giant armed hand. The pieces are then ceremoniously discarded into the red tide, attracting the hetero creatures. Gabriel picks up the black suitcase next to him with his right hand. It would take forever with only corrupted, as I thought. As soon as Gabriel has submerged the suitcase in the tides, the hetero creatures start swarming around the suitcase. The suitcase disappears in the blink of an eye, exposing the wrecked half-body in it. Now for the entry. She has lived through years of suffering. Her groans did make wolves howl and penetrate the beast of every angry pierce. It is a torment lay upon the damned, she which nothing could again undo. Memories of her past set up her like vengeful spirits, dragging her down into an endless spiral. Everyone she had ever met appeared before her, one after another. This is death. Eventually, there is a scarlet wave wash over them. Everything freezes. A person looking exactly like her stands on top of the red tide. What are you holding for? You can't even remember who you are anymore. What you love has been scorned by others. A promise is all that keeping you going. But then again, it's been so long. Who would still remember that promise? You can hate all you've abandoned you. You can rage at what's happened to you. You have every right. Come, join me in slumber here. But she didn't. Before that, I always thought when humans died, there was nothing left. When a construct is broken, they're just scrap metal no one remembers. I thought no one could care, but you sang for me. And on this situation, again, we're back on Extra Story 4. She sang. She wailed like a whale. like warning everyone if if a high tide, if the tide is high, she will like warn everyone and then warn again, and while waiting for help. Oh my god. Despite herself, despite the voice of her head saying, be rage, be enraged, be on revenge, like stressing her out, and then including the situation of herself, the pain. That was the most beautiful voice I've ever heard in my entire life. Just naivety, but it was truly beautiful. Everything was really like that. How nice would that be? No, what I love has never been scorned. It's what never others scorn it by myself. Selena shakes her head, then turns her back in the figure and walks in the opposite direction. Only a deeper hell awaits you down that path. I know. You see, guys, she is so strong, like not physically, but like mentally and like from within. Like, oh my god. Selena does not look back. She has said there was no reason to keep fighting, but she knows better than any one of the three beasts lurking in her heart. Dante put them behind him as he advanced to the hell and purgatory. While she has brought them along with her to this place, how they cry, scratch and roar wildly, struggling to break free. For what she believes in, for what she loves. She'll use her claws if she loses her legs. She'll use her fangs if her claws are break, and she will use her body if her fangs have been torn. It doesn't matter how undignified, how disgraceful, or how ugly she looks. She has to live on. She will try, and see just how long she can hold on. The purple eyes of the wrecked construct lying in the red tide suddenly fly open. Her body is sinking. It is so painful. So very painful. Her already shattered mind is decimated even further. Selena does not know whether she has become a bait or feed crystal. The thing above seemed to be deconstructing her, but also reconstructing her at the same time. She struggles to lift her head above the water, like a drowning person to draw her last breath. And then she saw stars, numerous stars in the sky. In that moment, her mind, which has been constantly battered, became unusually calm. Let's check if it's just her head, because the story just said that she is being torn apart and then being rebuilt again, which is in short torture. Her eyes take in the stars, which are changing into breathtaking star trails. The moon is on the other end, shining brilliantly. So is she on Earth? It is so beautiful. Wish Isla could see this. Oh, how she cares about her friend, guys. Despite her pain, her struggle, this conflict within her, she still thinks of her friend. Like, oh my god. I wish Isla, both of us can see this. Who is Isla? Oh shit. Corners of Selena's mouth turn upward to those contradictory thoughts run through her head, and then she completely submerged by the red tide. Some are born to sweet delight, some are born in endless night. Those poor souls who dwell in night, God appears and God's light. To those who dwell in the realm of day, what does a human form display? Wow. Damn. Can we guys hug? Guys, can we just hug Selena, guys? She needs hug, guys. Selena needs some hug. Where's her? But thank goodness she is alive, guys. We already finished the extra story on the last part around here. She is on here, right, guys? She's thank goodness. Wait, do I have Selena? Do we have Selena?
意識接続の時間が長すぎます。
Thanks
お
for
体をお大事に。